Today, let's look at 5 backhanded ways that someone's a narcissist. Most of you know what a narcissist is all about. It's all about them, their needs, what they want. They can be very arrogant and cocky and find manipulative ways to get what they want. That's a quick definition of a narcissist right there. But today, let's examine 5 more subtle or backhanded ways of how the narcissism can show up. Number 1, notice if they're reframing your experience or your feelings through their eyes. That's what a narcissist does. They make it be all about them. So here you are, perhaps opening up your heart, sharing something vulnerable or difficult to talk about, or it could be something more surfacey in terms of you're sharing something about your day. But either which way, the narcissist now is hearing this information and somehow making it be through their filter, through their eyes. For example, you're frustrated because the subways are running so late today. Well, yes, one time that happened to me too. I got so angry because I was late on the subway. Or I'm so upset I had a fight with my boyfriend or girlfriend today. I just need someone to hear me out. Yes, those things happen. When I get sad, I tend to go to the gym. When I get upset, I just dismiss the person. So they're turning it into something about them. So there can be example after example after example, of course, where the narcissist finds a way to reframe things through their filter. Number 2, they're looking for love in all the wrong places. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, it could be many things. Perhaps they're looking for somebody they can control, more of a victim mentality in this person. They like that because they can be superior. So there's an agenda there, right? Or they're looking for love in terms of someone who can bring them something. This person's an important politician. They have a lot of power. He has or she has a lot of money. So now suddenly they're interested in becoming very flirtatious and showing a desire to connect with this person, not based on what the person is all about in their heart at all, but on something external. It's what they can gain, what they can get from it. That's looking for love in all the wrong places. And speaking of love, number 3 is love can be used as a weapon. So it's very confusing, especially to the child of a narcissist, because they want to believe and they feel sometimes maybe the parent loves them, but what is this love? They seem to want to control me. They have to win every argument with me. I sense manipulation going on. Or they're wanting to take the child over somehow. The child has to bow to them, almost honor them. It's all about me, remember? It's not about the child's needs. They're just a thing, after all, like an accessory. Talk about confusion for a child. Or, back to the last example as well, confusing to somebody who perhaps is initially genuinely interested in getting to know what turns out to be a narcissist. Perhaps the first few dates they think there's a real connection here, but then they realize the love is about something else. Or additionally, taking it off of relationships, the love can be used also for some sort of gain for the narcissist. So I love this nonprofit. This nonprofit raises funds for children with cancer. So somebody on the outside thinking, oh my gosh, what a great cause. Look at this man or this woman leading this effort to raise funds for children with cancer. He's very loving, but if you're using love as a weapon, it's really a way to just get his name in the paper somehow, to enjoy the spotlight, to have an awards banquet where he is being honored. These are some of the tactics that narcissists use. And tying into this, number 4, where good things, meaningful things, celebratory things become a show. For example, a parent who's a narcissist who has to make Christmas be over the top. Now, to a child, that can be confusing because they realize, oh, my mother, in this case, let's say, has decorated the home. I get a ton of gifts. And it seems like a very joyous time, but what's missing here? The child may have a sense of emptiness somehow, a lack of connection. And that's because everything's been twisted a bit here, right? You have something joyous, for example, like a religious holiday, but now everything has to be done over the top to ensure the parent feels the child's love, to get the child's love. Now, the child may not love them at all, in fact, be repulsed by this parent, but in the narcissist's mind, this is how you enjoy Christmas. The child can sense and see through the facade, usually. Or a narcissist watching his son graduate from high school. The son has worked hard, he graduated with honors, And so the narcissist realizes the son's getting a little too much attention here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy him a Lexus. I'm going to buy him an expensive car for his high school graduation. Now, he wouldn't have done that if the child wasn't receiving, let's say, a lot of attention for how well he's doing, but he has to compete with that. He has to draw the attention back to him. So you know what I'll do? When everyone's over for the open house celebrating the graduation, I'm going to pull that new Lexus out of the garage. I'm going to back it out into the driveway and show everybody that I bought my son this brand new vehicle. So notice how something wonderful like a high school graduation where a son has done very well, earned his degree the hard way, ready perhaps to go on to college, rather than that being the focal point, the narcissist has to make it be about him. Shiny object, new car, everybody's going to see that I bought this for him and I gave it to him. Taking something lovely and twisting it. Another backhanded way, number 5, is they rely on the mainstream media for their points of view and how they act in life. Now, what do I mean when I say rely on the mainstream media? What I mean by that is they keep up with what's going on in current events because they need to be the top of everything. They need to put the focus back on them. So they don't want to just go off on their own, so to speak, and just do something from the heart, something that means a lot to them, but maybe other people don't necessarily understand it. No, not with a narcissist. They need to be front and center. So they can't do much in private that's not going to get a lot of kudos from people. They need to do what the mainstream media is saying is important. Oftentimes the mainstream media has an agenda of its own to begin with, and now you have a narcissist following through his own agenda, something that has its own agenda. So we see nothing really valuable here in terms of authenticity, in terms of being real. We see how the narcissist needs to keep up with the Joneses. That means what the current trends are, what's currently being talked about, what seems to be important to others, because I need to shine and I'm going to find a way to do it. So I'm going to be up on top of this particular topic and they're going to come running to me as I guide them through whatever currently seems to be important to people. All these different examples tie into the narcissist somehow making it be all about them one way or the other. Backhanded ways in a way, right? Because we can't necessarily see them right off the bat. They're a bit more covert. Covert narcissists can be something very difficult to deal with. So if you sense someone may be a narcissist, but you're not quite sure yet, watch for these red flags of backhanded signs. So please leave me some comments below if you'd like to add anything. Maybe you have a narcissist in your life where you've noticed some backhanded ways that they're trying to get in there and control things or manipulate or gaslight. Please subscribe to my mental health YouTube channel if you like these kind of videos. And until next week, this is Brad Shore signing off from Ask a Shrink.